This week we're comparing the Asics Evoride versus the New Balance 890 version 8. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Fordy Runs. Now, if this is your first time at Fordy Runs, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the Fordy Runs running community and check out the description. There's loads of cool things down there. Right, this week we've got a very cool comparison. We've got my sort of middle distance favourite Uptempo shoe versus the new pretender on the block, the 890 version 8. So let's get stuck in. Right guys, so if you've not seen it, I've done a load of reviews on the Evoride. It's one of my absolute favourite shoes out there at the moment. Why? I just love this shoe that you can slip it on and go out there and run sort of those middle distances at those sort of faster paces or easy paces, and it will just soak it all up. I love it. And the 890 version 8 is a very similar fit for me in my rotation. And I have found myself drifting a little bit more towards this, maybe because it's newer, but I have been putting more miles into this one versus this of late, which this one's a little bit upset about. I think both of these shoes offer something different because they're both under £100, but I think this has got much more of a rocker on it, where this is much more of a traditional running shoe, although you do feel like you're up on your toes on this. The two midsoles, the Flight Foam is definitely firmer than the Fuel Cell. I think that's one of the sort of major sort of comparisons you can make. This is definitely a firmer ride. They've both got sort of low drops on. This is a 5mm drop, this is a 6mm drop. But I say that the biggest sort of difference, I would say, is the feeling you get from the midsoles. This is definitely a softer ride, but that's not a bad thing if you're looking for that sort of cushioning. You know, up to that sort of 20k, this is definitely a place to go. It's very similar in weight. 8.4 ounces. This is, I think, just a tad under that. Can't get my words out today. I prefer the lacing on this. I got much more locked down than this traditional sort of lazy thing that New Balance stuck on this. This has got, again, plenty of cushioning around here, but this is definitely softer and feels nicer actually around the heel. Stability wise, they are very similar, but this around the corners for me is a little bit softer. It's not unstable, and again, I do pronate when I get tired, but I did notice that I felt that Fuel Cell when I was sort of bombing it around the corners a bit. That's nothing to worry about. As I said, this is definitely a firmer midsole on this. The outsole on this shoe is better than this shoe. It's definitely got more traction for me down the canal paths. But which one would I have? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd have this. Even though I love this shoe, I'd have this. Why? I just love this Evoride, you know. Going through the rocker, it soaks up the miles. I do prefer a firmer ride. If you prefer a softer ride, this is the one to go for. But I just prefer that slightly firmer ride with the rocker. I just love the Evoride. Nothing's ever going to replace this Evoride because I love it. The only thing that will replace it is another pair of Evorides. But this comes close. This is a great shoe. The the Fuel Cell midsole on it is awesome. Under £100, both of them. But for me, I'd go for the Evoride.